The one thing that in business where a lot of people overlook is how quickly you may be making a lot of money on a product. It's a great ROI, but it may take a long time to sell it. And so it may take a long time to get that cash back in your hand to now reinvest into either that same product to get more of it or into other products to bring more to market. So the key is how quickly can you bring that cash back to you?
Welcome to the Ecom Breakthrough Shortcuts. In these 5-minute episodes, we cut straight to the real stories, real numbers, and the real lessons learned from brand builders and entrepreneurs just like yourself. No fluff, just high impact takeaways that you can apply into your business today. How did you decide what niche you were going into, what vertical? This is right before COVID as well. So I think like good timing, either for the positive or downside as well there. So tell us more.
For sure. So when we finally made the decision to move away from the arbitrage business, we basically focused on private label. And at the time, we didn't really know anything about building a brand or like anything around that idea of like creating something that is like unique to itself. At the time, we just came up with a random name that can we could put literally anything. Like think of great value. Great value, you have great value is literally anything. Like if you go to Walmart, they have a million different items under the great value brand. So our idea was very similar. Come up with a name that you can throw anything underneath it, and now it's great value basically. And so we started out with that model in the private label space, and it worked really well. I mean, we had very strict criteria on one competition, also on ROI. Those were our kind of like our two main metrics as we were looking at markets, is identifying low competition, and we'd have different formulas for how we establish that, and then we have how much money are we going to end up profiting on each sale. And then this is usually after ad spend. And if you like today's world, ad spend is way more than it was back in 2019. When we were in the space early on, our tacos were probably around 4 to 5%, and I would say our tacos are now 14 to 15%. So that's a significant change over time. But that's what we really focused on, and it really helped us at the forefront focus on how quickly we could get that cash back to reinvest into new products. Whereas a lot of people miss that and forget about that. And I can't stress this enough. So the one thing that in business where a lot of people overlook is how quickly you may be making a lot of money on a product. It's a great ROI, but it may take a long time to sell it. And so it may take a long time to get that cash back in your hand to now reinvest into either that same product to get more of it or into other products to bring more to market. So the key is how quickly can you bring that cash back to you? And that is your considered your cash conversion cycle. That's what you really need to be looking at to see how quickly you can scale on what your current state is. So you want to get your cash conversion cycle as low as possible. Ideal in a perfect world, you would get all your money back before you even have to pay for your inventory, basically. That would be a perfect case scenario. Not very likely to happen, but I'm just saying that would be really nice.
Yeah, I think it is true though. I love how you prioritize products that had the highest ROI and shortest payback period, right? Because I think that's what's essential when anybody is scaling. Looking back, I intuitively did that for our business, but I didn't write that down on a piece of paper, right? Like intuitively, I was making those decisions, which is why we were able to scale so quickly as soon as we went on to Amazon as well. It was like 1 million our first full year on Amazon, 3.5 million the next year, because it was like, oh, okay, let's go into this space, low MOQ, relatively low COGS, high ROI, go, rinse and repeat. Like how
Yep.
fast can I just turn this? And then you're just like the cash comes in and you just keep reinvesting into bigger and bigger bets. But you've got to have I think what you hit on, you've got to have a prioritization list of
Hmm.
products. And
Yeah.
that's also like, I think that's what business strategy is, right? It's like there are unlimited product opportunities that you can get into on Amazon. Like in
Yep.
your lifetime, you could never actually launch a product into every single niche. Like it's just not like fathomable, right? There's not enough
Yes.
time in the day. So, with that being said, what you have to get really good at is prioritizing. Which of the unlimited options do you want to prioritize so that you can, again,
Exactly.
bring more cash in, have the highest ROI, and scale?